Good evening, I'm Maurice Dubois. John Dickerson is off. The numbers may not seem to sync up with the images you see day after day on your television, but the FBI reported today that crime in this country is falling in every major category, including murder. Nationwide last year, violent crime fell 4.5%. Murder alone was down 15%. It's even down in Chicago, a city whose weekend gun death count often led the national news. Ash-har Quraishi is there tonight. And Usher, what is behind these numbers?
Well, Maurice, as you mentioned, Chicago has had violent stretches, including during the pandemic. But as we learned from the police superintendent today, like many cities across the country, if you look closely at the crime numbers, there is reason to be optimistic.
I think we're really on to something.
Jashawn Hill runs Chicago Survivors, a group that counsels families of homicide victims. At the height of the pandemic in 2021, her nonprofit was operating in a city where more than 800 people were murdered.
I don't have the same sense of anxiety about how many homicides they're going to have this weekend.
Now, murders in Chicago have fallen more than 30% from the same time last year. Homicides have also dropped significantly in major cities such as Philadelphia and Los Angeles.
As far as violent crime is concerned, do you feel like you're seeing that drop?
We've seen it in the lane of homicide, for sure.
It's not just homicides. The FBI says robberies decreased by nearly 9% and auto theft dropped by more than 18%.
We keep the city as safe as possible.
As for the why, Chicago Police Superintendent Larry Snelling told us better relations between his cops and the community, along with expanded camera and surveillance technology, have helped his officers on the beat.
Gathering video footage helps us identify those who have offended. It helps us identify vehicles that may have been used in a particular crime.
What do you think is driving that drop in crime?
We have people who are more willing to give us information now than we've had in the past, and it's been truly helpful.
There's still a disconnect among people who live here about whether crime is going down.
Why do you think that perception exists amongst people who live here even?
I think we, as a city, have to do a much better job of communicating that out. And then high visibility, especially from our officers, making sure that our officers are out there walking and talking with community members so that they understand that we're right there with them.
In Chicago so far this year, more than 1,000 people have been shot. There have been 240 homicides. Still, Snelling says his officers feel confident the tide is turning.
Morale rises. Officers feel much better about their jobs. They feel much better about what they're doing, and they communicate a lot better.
So, Usher, beyond Chicago, why is crime down nationwide?
Well, we asked the FBI that exact question. They say it would be difficult, if not impossible, to give a reason that would be universal across the country. They say every department would have a different answer as to why these numbers are dropping.
Good to get good news here tonight. Is there anything concerning in the FBI report?
Right. Well, we're seeing positive trends in terms of these drops across the board. During a 3-year period, there was an increase in the number of police officers shot in the line of duty, Maurice.
Okay, Ash-har Quraishi in Chicago tonight. Thank you.